What is going on, guys? So today we are going to be talking about the Expert Soldier Badge. Alright, so this is one of those changes that I talked about in a recent video that's going on with the Army, and I asked you guys if I should make some videos kind of talking about some things like this. So today we're going to be covering the Expert Soldier Badge. So I'm going to go over pretty quickly basically what this badge, the competition thing, is going to entail, so what you actually have to do, and then my opinion on whether or not it's good or not. Spoiler, I do think it's good, but I'm going to go into some more detail on that later. Alright, so first thing I want to mention is that the Expert Soldier Badge is mostly going to be the same thing as the Expert Infantryman's Badge, but you can only go for the Expert Infantryman's Badge if you're infantry, right? The medical, there's a medical badge for like combat medics to actually go and try for, but as far as the rest of the Army goes, there's no real like expert badge for us to go for until now. But as far as some of the basic events, I want to say, they say that about 80% of the Expert Infantryman Badge, those events are going to be in the Expert Soldier Badge, and there's going to be some variations, but basically it says here specifically, you're going to be doing the Army Combat Fitness Test, which is the new fitness test for the Army. You're going to be qualifying expert with your weapon, right? So this is kind of like the thing that's going to knock out a ton of people, and that is actually having to shoot expert. So that is 36 to 40, right? So if you have 40 shots, right? If you guys didn't know how Army qualification goes, you have 40 targets, you get 40 bullets, and to qualify as expert, you need to shoot 36 or more, 36 to 40 of those targets. If you do that, then you're gonna qualify expert. So it's pretty difficult. It's a lot easier said than done. I'm a pretty good shot myself. I've gotten expert a few times. I've never gotten 40 out of 40. I've gotten 39, so I'm still, hopefully one day I'm gonna get that 40. But basically, it also says that you have to be recommended by your chain of command. That's also another big thing. So your chain of command actually has to recommend you, and then you will do another ACFT. You're gonna do day and night land navigation. Night land navigation is way different than day land nav, not just because it's nighttime, but because like you literally, especially if there's not a full moon, like you cannot see. So you have to be really particular. Day land navigation, sometimes you can see the point from super far away. So it's like ridiculously easy. And then also you're gonna be tested on individual stations. It doesn't say what those individual stations are. And at the end, you're gonna do a 12-mile foot march, which is a ruck march, which is at the end of almost every single competition. And then additionally, the remaining like 20% of events that aren't in the Expert Infantryman's Badge, those are gonna be decided by your brigade commander, who is also gonna be the one who's scheduling this event, right? So that's basically the gist of this. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna be doing mostly the Expert Infantryman's Badge, and if you wanna look up the specific events on that, I'll put a link down in the description and whatnot. But basically, you're gonna be doing that. So you're gonna be doing your warrior tasks and battle drills. You're gonna be like reacting to contact. You're gonna have to, I think it says something about cordoning an area for an IED. So reacting, oh, there's an IED there. What the heck do I do, right? So these are basic soldier tasks, right? And that is something that is like lost by a lot of people. Whenever they leave basic training, you do this stuff at basic. If you're infantry, you're doing this stuff throughout basically your career. For everybody else, you go to basic training, you learn how to be like infantry for like 10 weeks or so, and then you go on with the rest of your armor career and you forget how to react to contact. You forget your squad tactics. You forget all these other battle drills that you should know, right? If we go to war, if you take contact, like what the freak do you do, right? You go back to your infantry tactics that you should know. And a lot of people forget that stuff. So this Expert Soldier Badge is a way that helps promote to you or encourage you to actually try to remember that and stay sharp on those or stay sharp on those soldier tasks and battle drills. Now, this is not supposed to be a badge that everybody in the Army is gonna get, because the standards are so low, like the ACFT. To pass the ACFT, it's ridiculously low standards, right? So the Expert Soldier Badge, it's not supposed to be like that. So it's supposed to be like the best of the best. If you know your stuff, you're good at it, you shoot freaking expert, you got good ACFT score, but basically they're saying that it's going to be difficult to actually acquire this badge, and I hope it is, because that's going to encourage soldiers to actually understand infantry tactics. Because again, if we go to war, and this is what I've talked about, don't forget this stuff. If we go to war, if something happens, if you get deployed in a combat zone and you're on a convoy or something and you take contact, you don't want to be like, oh gosh, I just forgot, like I forgot everything. You want it to be like, okay, instincts are kicking in, my training is kicking in, I know what to do, right? And then you're not gonna die, okay? Right, so this is really, it's life or death stuff. So that's kind of why I say that you guys need to take this stuff seriously. Don't just kind of gloss over when your drill sergeants are talking about it, because you don't get your unit, like if you do get to your unit, like they may cover things, but if you're not a combat MOS, it's not going to be covered in like super detail. So it's kind of going to be on you to actually make sure that you know this stuff. And so that's why this badge, in my opinion, is great. I love this. You know, for me, I would really like to do it. I don't think there's any kind of restrictions or anything for officers doing it. So whenever I get the chance to do it, you better believe I'm going to get my chance to do that. Now, the hardest thing for me is, I guess, expert, right? Shooting expert at the range. So as long as I don't screw up, hopefully maybe you get more than one chance. If you get one chance, then that could be bad. But regardless, I am really looking forward to this expert soldier badge. I think it's gonna be great for the Army in general. It gives something for everybody to look forward to, for everybody to compete for, not just infantry, not just combat medics, but for everybody to actually strive to be a better soldier. Because a soldier, you got all these other different things that you got to do with your career and whatnot, but in reality, we are the Army. We are going to go and fight, and if you forget how the Army fights, that's not that great of a thing. So this again is another incentive for people to actually remember this stuff and actually be proficient at it. So I'm really looking forward to it. So that is it for this little like informational video. If you guys want me to cover some other things going on, like the new promotions going on in the military that's gonna be coming with enlisted soldiers, that's something else that I've kind of got my eye on that I want to do a video on. But if there's anything else, make sure you guys let me know. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to check out some more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. That would be even better. And hit the notification bell button if you want to really make my day. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day, and I'll see y'all later.